What is happening, everybody? Finally decided to come up here and talk about my bike in a super awesome spot. Northern California, Sonoma County, north of San Francisco, about an hour up in wine country. And it's a nice Saturday, and I decided to go out for a ride. Anyway, here's my bike. 2020 XSR900, the Radical White Rapid Red, or is it Radical Red Rapid White? Either way, it looks awesome. It's a beautiful bike. At first I didn't like the gold wheels when I saw it online when they announced the release of this color, but in person when I saw it in the showroom, I had to buy it. I just had to. But yeah, man, it's a beauty, and I've had it for about 2 months now, and got it pretty much to the point where I'm happy with the mods and the way it looks, the way it performs. Decided to remove the those circle brackets for the headlight, and on the back seat there, or actually I just painted those ones black. For a little while I had the number plates and decided to remove those. Just wasn't a fan of that like brushed aluminum look. Kind of stood out, didn't really contribute to the look of the bike, I thought, personally. But yeah, I ended up getting one of these Motodemic headlight brackets, and also with one of their little blinkers there that mount integrate nicely, and just a cleaner look. I like it. Also got the Motodemic 5-inch LED headlight that just drops in, takes 2 minutes to swap with your other one. And yeah, it looks awesome. It's blacked out, and it's a lot brighter than the halogen bulb. I got the dash relocation kit. I got the Graves one from Revzilla, and yeah, it just drops the gauge down a little bit. Yeah, a lot of guys get these because they say the glare in their helmet, especially when they're riding at night. This dash is really bright. Can't deny that. I mean, even with the setting turned all the way down, it's pretty bright. So that is one reason to kind of get that glare, that direct glare out of your face shield. But I mean, it also looks better just kind of sitting flatter like that, in my opinion. And a lot of guys also say, well, you shouldn't get that because then you can't see anything on the dash. That is not true. I mounted a fuel tank right here on the handlebars. Saw the guys on Revzilla do that, and I thought that was a really good idea considering how small this gas tank is. But anyway, riding even with that, I mean, this is basically right about here. That's basically my view, and so you have no problem seeing the dash, even with a fuel tank on it like that. But yeah, so that cleans it up. I got the Motodemic little gauge cover on the back there, kind of hide that, makes it look a little more complete. What else have we done? Got a radiator guard and some frame sliders, front wheel sliders, rear spools. Those are all Womet Tech. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Got the Motodemic logo on the clutch cover there. I think that looks fucking cool. Got the Akrapovic full system here. Got it from a guy secondhand off Facebook, and yeah, couldn't be happier with that. He included a modified baffle on here too, so it's, you know, it's the cut version. So all I had to do was pop the stock one out and put this one in, and it's cut back a little bit, so it's a little louder, but not like crazy drone and crazy volumes like without having the baffle at all. So kind of a perfect in between. I am still planning on sending my ECU into V cycle nut to get that flashed, so that everything's kind of optimized and runs to its best potential. But yeah, that exhaust sounds awesome. I'll maybe include a little exhaust clip on here. tidy kit. That was probably the first thing that I did, and the first thing that all of you should do. That tail, like most, are hideous, and you just gotta get rid of those. I went with the new Rage Cycles one. It's cool. It's definitely one of the better looking ones. It's not the safer one. I mean, it's visible, but you know, if I did a lot of highway riding or a lot of riding in worse weather, places that rain a lot, I'd probably want something a little brighter. What else have I done here? Oh yeah, so I took these brackets off, painted those black. I wasn't a fan of the brushed aluminum, and like I said, I had the number plates on there for a few weeks. Tried to like those, but it depends on what else you have on this bike for the whole thing to look right or something's off. So I swapped those back. I used to have, actually I still have a Dart Flyscreen, tinted Flyscreen right here. I took that off a week or two ago, but it is nice knowing if I do kind of like a weekend trip or something, I can throw the Flyscreen on for, you know, more cruising and minimize how many bugs hit my jacket. Yeah, I got the gas tank on there, which is nice. I haven't done a long enough ride yet or been stuck where I needed to use it, but it offers a little peace of mind that, you know, got an extra 750 milliliters or so. Not a fan of the stock mirrors. They just look like antennas, so I added, one CRG Lanesplitter bar end. Oh yeah, I also put on Oxford heated grips. I do a lot of early morning commuting, so that was kind of a necessary addition. And I was pretty happy with this bracket solution that I came up with. They include a bracket to mount it on the mirror mount right here. And I didn't want it right there and just kind of out and just look funny. I wanted it a little more tucked away. So I modified that bracket and was able to mount it right there, and I'm really happy with that. And these things are awesome. They get really hot. Stock bars, but I loosened these Allen bolts that hold it down and just tilted the whole thing down about 2 inches. It also tilts it back toward the rider a little bit, but I just didn't like the extreme elevation that they were at stock. I just wanted it a little lower. I rode an R6 before this bike, and so I got really used to that riding position. That's part of the reason why I got this bike, is I wanted something a little more upright. I do a lot of highway commuting, so I just wanted something a little more comfortable, even though this seat is pretty uncomfortable. But just something a little more upright so it was easier on my back. But this thing, I mean, comparing that to the R6, it's more upright, but I mean, the torque on this thing is insane. It's, you know, with the R6, I had to get up into 8,000 RPM, and between there and redline at 18 or 19, that's where all the power was. But this thing, it's like the same amount of torque from idle, and you just punch it, whatever gear you're in, and it'll go. And a lot of people who are wondering of buying this bike as their first bike, I'm sure you've heard online that a lot of people recommend, don't buy this as your first bike if you're learning how to ride. And after having this for a couple months, and you know, I've been riding for 15 years too, that I agree with that statement. This should not be your first bike. It's too torquey, and you can really get yourself hurt or hurt somebody else, or just work your way up to something like this. I mean, even an R6, I feel like would be a better starter bike, just because there is that kind of low end that doesn't really exist. So you can putt around town pretty easily on that, and not accidentally twitch the throttle so much that it'll buck you off. This thing, however, will do that, and that is why it is a fucking blast to drive. This thing, yeah, just cruising canyon roads. Like out here, these just twisties that go up and down around these canyons. Just amazing roads. And that's what this bike is built for. It's no matter what gear you're in, you punch it and it goes. and it sounds incredible. This Akrapovic is just awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to finally get up here and get some fresh air, get out of my house because of the COVID-19 thing that's going on, and just talk about my bike now that it's finally to the point where I'm pretty happy with it. Do a little close-ups, get some details. It is a good looking bike. And it's good looking stock. But like I said, I'm not a fan of a few of the bits and pieces on it, so I wanted to make it my own. And this color combo is just sharp. It is a pretty machine. Anyway, just want to do a quick walk around and check it out. Check out my Instagram, XSR900_CA. And yeah, I'm going to be just posting videos and pictures of riding this thing and where I ride up here in NorCal. Alright guys, thanks for watching.